just bear with me. Let's see. Let's go move this mic out of the way. I'm going to go live over everyone else in a second. Right, that's a little bit. Is it a little better? No, I don't like that lighting. Hold on. Oh! Right. Let's do it. What are we live on? Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for joining. Remember and subscribe. Happy Sunday, Facebook. Happy Sunday, Instagram. Yous are joining now. Hi, Lindsay. I hope you're good. Hi, Jean. Thank you for joining our YouTube. Right, okay. Crime stories, that's what you've all decided on. Carrie Lloyd, you're in the house. First one to join, thank you. How are we all? Have we had a good Sunday? Evening, Laura. Evening, Leah. Nicole, Maureen. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Right, Instagram, you've turned up. Facebook, you've showed up as well. Have we had a good Sunday? So we are going to do a crime story tonight because you guys decided on it today in the comments. I'm shocked at that. I thought you were all going to go for readings because I was thinking, I'm sure they'll be moaning because we never do readings as often now. But you came back with crime stories, so I was happy with that too. Let's see. Hi, Linda Douglas. Did you see that Arthur's seat's on fire in Edinburgh? I did see that. So I did pop a video up. Let's start with that. Sorry, I'm just thinking where I'm starting. I did pop a video up about the Whitby deaths. All right, there was 4 deaths. So I did a little homework on it. I just want to say I genuinely do think that it's not like suspicious or we have a serial killer in Whitby, nothing like that at all. If you have a look at the locations of where these people lost their lives, you'll be able to see that it's quite notorious for that as well. So that is a case we will not be covering. But thank you for all your comments. That's why I popped it up. I want to see what everybody else's thought on it was as well. But we are covering the Amy Bradley case tonight. So if you haven't watched it in Netflix, I hope this gives you the oomph to want to watch it. But I found it a very interesting case. I watched it on Netflix not that long ago. Facebook, can you hear me? I just want to double check because there's a wee car symbol up there, and does that mean it's went into car mode? Hi, Mary. I'm good. Hi, Tam. Interesting. Hi, Louise. I hope you're good. Thank you, YouTube. Yeah, you can. Right, brilliant. Thank you. This is my watch tonight. So glad you're back. Part of my Sunday routine's back. So this is us. So it'll be every second Sunday going forward. But what I've had a little think of is, I was thinking about doing current affairs tonight. I don't know about you guys, but we have covered the P. Diddy case and all current affairs around Trump, and he's still not going. His character got assassinated right enough through July. A lot more to come of that, but I don't know about you guys. I'm a bit sick of talking about it. I want to start looking back at cases again. So I thought we'd start off with the Amy Bradley case tonight, and every second week I will just pick a case, or you guys can put in the comments what you want me to look at, and we'll go back to the old times of doing it that way. What do you think? Let me know. Buzzing for this, been too long. I know. And obviously the Idaho case as well. The crime photos are out. So I tell you what, I will put some videos up through the week for that, because it's a case we cover quite often, so I don't want to be using our lives to be doing that either. The crime photos are out if you want to have a nosy at them. Again, very explicit. It's not content I'd want to be putting onto the page. But also, one thing that was confirmed is Brian Kohlberger never sat down in that seat in that room after he committed those murders where someone said there were bum cheek marks. That was proven that it wasn't the case. Yeah, we're at lapse, right, okay. Is Amy the lady on the cruise? Yes, she is. Leah, I've not had a chance. You know what? This poor lovely girl Leah keeps messaging me saying, Christy, will you look at the Titanic? Will you look at the Titanic? And I swear I've not had time, but it is on my list. But going into the winter, definitely. And if I forget, guys, keep commenting that, because poor Leah's forever messaging me about it. Ain't the same without you. So just before we get started, I just want to give you a wee heads up regarding my diary going forward. Obviously, the boys start nursery in September. My diary is going to be changing completely. So I will be working from 8:30 in the morning until 12, and possibly one night through the week. I am looking forward to the routine, but I am very aware that that possibly doesn't help some of my clients who've always had their evening appointments. As it stands just now, that's going to be my hours, Monday to Thursday. But what I will do is I will leave those evenings as it stands, and if I can ever fit any evening appointments in, or I can do longer days, I will put them out on the page at the time, all right? Again, just a single more trying to get by and balance work life and home life and kids and everything else, and you'd think it'd be easier working from home, but sometimes it's actually worse because you never switch off either. So that's what it is going forward. You'll see the availability going up, but just in case you are wondering with your appointments now, because August is fully booked, I finish up at the end of August again for the boy's birthday, and I'm not back to, I think, the second week in September. The Zen Den will start back round about the second week in September. I want to let the boys settle in, make sure everything's okay. And then the diary is going to go from there. So yeah, it's all exciting. A lot of you were asking why I didn't do a summer show. Do you want the truth? I totally forgot. I literally totally forgot. None of yours reminded me. I got reminded halfway through my holidays, Christy, you never done your summer show. And I was like, oh, shit, I never did. So we'll have a Christmas show, all right? I'm so sorry. More bloody holidays than me. I know, Ali, but do you know what? I've not even went anywhere. Look at the Harvey Wilgoose case. 15-year-old just found guilty for his murder. Right, okay, I'll have a look. Right, okay, so let's get started. So Amy Bradley was a lady who was on a cruise with her mum, dad and her brother. She was 23 years of age in 1995. Now, her dad woke up, her parents woke up in the morning and she was just nowhere to be seen. Her dad remembered that he'd woke up at just about maybe 5:30 in the morning and he could see she was out in the balcony, he could see the bottom over, so it's like she'd fell asleep. She'd been out that night with her brother, and when they came back, her brother had went to bed, but she'd been out onto the balcony for a cigarette. So obviously the next morning, there was panic, the fact they'd woke up and she was nowhere to be seen. The brother said, now the brother's called Brad Bradley. That is not his actual name. He's actually, I can't remember what the first name is now, but a lot of people are making speculation about Brad Bradley. That is not his actual name, but it is her brother's name, the name that he uses. He had said that as soon as the alarm was raised, that she'd went missing, a crew member came up and said to him, I'm sorry to hear about your sister, but at this point, nobody knew. So they raised the alarm. Obviously, they didn't find her. The boat was just about to dock. They stayed there. They ended up not travelling any further, and they then came back later on to try and find her. They never found her. So then they had to put her footprints together. Now, she was 23. It was known that she was out doing drugs, so there's a chance that she could have been scoring drugs, but also there was a man next door to where their wee hotel room was, and he was a single man on his own. Now, it is speculated in the documentary. I would say he does look a little bit dodgy. He likes watching women. Like, apparently this was said when he's on his own on holiday. I'm going to be really upfront here, right? Most men are the same. We just ignore it. But because he's a single man on his own, I can imagine a lot of people have homed in on that. Now, bear in mind, this was in 1995. There was also another man called Yellow. Now, his name is actually Alistair Douglas. He was a bass player in the Royal Calypso Band on board the cruise. Now, before when Amy Bradley was at the disco, 1995 chat, when she was at the disco, she was dancing with this man. She then went back to the room with her brother. She's obviously been out in the balcony. The family woke up later on, she's not been there. It's been said, did she go overboard? Did she leave the room and go back out to maybe go and meet the people she'd been with earlier in the night to maybe get some more drugs? Or did she start speaking to the man next door on the balcony? Right, before I go any further, what do you think? Have you seen it? And then I'll tell you the next bit, and I will obviously give you my prediction, what I think as well. Oh, I know Laura Wilson, 100%. Looking forward to get a wee reading. So August is booked, so it's September then, Christy. It sure is, but send the page a little message and I'll tell you why, because obviously the availability is going to go much quicker because we don't have the same availability that we've had. We've been using 2 full days. Now it's going to be 4 short days. Thank you. You're all so lovely. I think the bass player knows something. A lot of you think it was Yellow. Laura Watt thinks she jumped. I'm liking your glasses with your blonde. Makes you look like a Scottish. Oh my word, Eddie, you just sit down. Stop embarrassing yourself in these comments. There's 190 people's toes cringing because of your comment. No making a fool of me, you're making a fool of yourself. Oh. And it started, have you missed me? Ah. I think she's still alive, or was maybe when she went over the balcony, divided by the guy next door. I was a little bit too, but I think it would be very textbook and easy to look at him. Now, Yellow's daughter was in this documentary as well. Obviously, my dad didn't do it. Don't think she jumped, seems impossible with the height of the railings. Right, well, you know what I'm like for researching. I leave no stone uncovered. The railings were 3.5 feet tall. And for a healthy passenger on board a cruise, the chances of going overboard is 1 in 1.3 million. Just saying. What do we think? I love when you said about the height of the railings. Do you know, I was writing that down earlier thinking, is it even worth saying that? Thank you. Hi Sharon, you're late to the party. What were you doing? What's on your late slip? I think she went off the boat for drugs, but then ended up going wrong. Yep. So strange that someone logs into the website and anniversaries and birthdays. So yes, that's right. There is a website where it looks like there's a Amy Bradley logging in. We're going to come to it all in a second though. Right, okay. So it was said that they were obviously dancing together. Now, Yellow was the bass player, and 2 weeks later, a witness later came out who had a 15-year-old girl where she's a photo of her and Yellow, Alistair Douglas, and he was trying to get her to come off the boat and go to the beach. He was pleading where he meet him at 6 a.m. in the morning, and she didn't do it. She was 15 and just knew her mum and dad would disapprove, and thank God she probably made the decision that she made. She never went, but this was 2 weeks after Amy Bradley's disappearance. So hearing that against everything else, against the documentary, it makes you think that they were about to dock. Now, just say allegedly, hypothetically, for entertainment purposes only, that Yellow was working for some sort of trafficking gang on the island where he would deliver his goods when they got to dock in the morning. So you don't want to kidnap somebody or do something to someone and keep them longer than you need to, because the longer the evidence there, the more chance you are of getting caught. Whether if you try and get them at 6 a.m. at the last minute, some people are just waking up, most people are still sleeping, but either way they're coming into dock. I personally think that Amy Bradley went to score drugs with Yellow, met him at 6 a.m. in the morning in the top floor. It'd be easy to think he threw her overboard or something like that happened, but I genuinely believe that he just said to her, I've got these drugs, try these are the best ever. Probably knocked her out and she woke up in my box, and before you know it, she was on a yacht going to a separate island. Why do I say a yacht? I'm just saying, I see her on a yacht going to a separate island. I think she has been drugged up for years, but I think she's had children. And I do believe she's still alive. The photograph that has been out of her, Iva Bradley, her mum, has said forensics have confirmed that it's highly likely that photograph is Amy Bradley. A lot of people went out to the island and had encounters where they believe they have bumped into Amy Bradley. Her father thinks she's got Stockholm syndrome, which I'm unsure. You can put in the comments if you know more on that. I would presume that's more to do with the fact that she's in survival mode and things like that. What do we think? But I do think that Yellow is involved, and I think that he still inserts himself into the case. And I think this is the weird part. 2 weeks after Amy Bradley went missing, and he was the main suspect, he was still working for that Caribbean cruise. Was still working for them. Why were they allowing him to work there? And he was still doing it. Let me see. I think the island could be called Cascara Island. I'm possibly wrong, so apologies. I'm sure YouTube will let me know. It's the Amy Bradley case we're covering. I think that's like falling in love with your kidnapper, but it's like survival mode. That's what I was thinking too. Definitely think still being used in prostitution. I don't think she is now. She's 52 now. 53. But her brother put a tweet out not that long ago to say the things that weren't reported in the Netflix. Amy Bradley actually had a boyfriend when she went missing. They had booked to go and see David Letterman when she came back. He gave her his watch to wear. She wore the watch. It wasn't reported at the time for whatever reason, but an eyewitness who thought they seen her reported it, and they explained the watch, and the watch was never made public that's what she'd went missing with, and it was quite a unique watch. I think it's like a reddish face, and there was a marker on it as well, and that witness didn't know that. So that's why they truly believe that she is alive, because no one would have known about the watch unless someone seen it, and it was her boyfriend at the time. And he, when she went missing, he went back out with the family a few weeks later to search for her. But he drove 5 hours to be involved in the Netflix documentary, and then it didn't happen. He wasn't allowed to be in it. And the brother does say on Twitter, or X, Twitter's not even real now, is it? 1995. He said on X that he was excluded from Netflix and he couldn't say why. So, interesting, leave it in a cliffhanger. What do we think? How many people have done that to then? Well, I've seen a lot of people looking back in their cruise photos, and it's something worth like speaking about. If you went on a cruise round about that time, it's worth your while looking back. Have I covered everything with that? Right, put out I'm saying the Twitter post. I've even wrote that in the notes. The girl at 15. Yes, we have covered it. Right, what do we think? I think she's still alive. I think that she is definitely living across the water. I don't feel she doesn't want to be with her family. I feel that she, like, Stockholm syndrome in a sense, but also maybe she's built a life for herself. You also explained the tattoos were quite specific. The lady witness who said she met her in the bathroom, I don't know if I believed her. And the guy from the army who saw her in a brothel were convincing. The guy for the army, I agree, but the person in the toilet, I don't know. That was, she was a wee bit airy-fairy for me. It's the Amy Bradley case on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, go and give it a watch. It's about the lady at 23 who went missing and has never been found, and her mum and dad still live in hope every day that she's going to come home. Right, okay, what are we thinking? I think the staff on board had lots to do with it as well. Definitely, because the crew member said to the brother, before the brother could even say something's happened, oh, I'm sorry to hear what happened to your sister. She has kids, she might be scared to leave them, that's what I was thinking. I psychically get she's alive. I don't think she's dead. But I feel she lived a life of chaos for about 9 years. So it could tell me that maybe 3 children were born in that time. 2 boys and a girl. Keep that, just in case anything ever comes out. Lord of Wilson. The Netflix documentary is full of holes and intending to make you look a certain way. Didn't buy the narrative, followed this case since it happened. So what do you think, AG Snoops? Because you're always quite a loyal commenter on all our cases, so I'd be interested to see what you think. What you were saying about the posts and the anniversaries. So apparently there's a Facebook page and it's her name, it's her birthday, and there's been a post put up. There's been a few different posts. You would have to go on and have a look. I don't know if I believe that. That's why I didn't bring it in. But on that, just jumping cases a second, the Idaho case, it was proven that Brian Kohlberger wasn't behind that Roger case, that Roger account. So if you've watched my predictions, I've already predicted the person behind that is the person responsible. They may have turned her into a drug addict and she ain't able to get off it. That's what I was thinking, Debbie. Gillian McConnell, she doesn't think it would be her. I watched a documentary about UK lass who was a model. She was kidnapped and her way to auction, but she also had Stockholm syndrome. I think we like to think, and I understand that everybody's the same, that the world can't be that bad. That cannot be going on. When trafficking is going on in the UK, it's going on under our nose. Let's not get into politics about it tonight, but I think we live in a world now where it'd be comfy to think, oh, that doesn't happen. In actual fact, that's what's making the world go round right now. It was in 95. She may have kids and grandchildren who are still being pimped out. I agree, especially if she's already been in a circle like that. I thought they said the scene was covered in blood, but the pictures, it doesn't look that at all. 100%. And it was proven that Dylan seen Xana's body at 4:25 in the morning. But it's a very frustrating case. A very frustrating case. Claire Murphy thinks Amy accidentally went overboard. But you think at some point her remains would be found. But you never know, do you? I just don't feel she's dead. Right, okay, does anybody have any questions before, well, what other cases do we want to cover? Getting into this winter season now. All right, I don't want to jinx it, because I feel we're going to get, here's a prediction. I feel we're going to get a spell of good weather for Wednesday for about 3 weeks, and then summer's over. So see if you're one of these people already talking about autumn and they think summer's gone, shh, stop it. It's not nice. We're still in August. We're not, we're in August. Does the boat you see her on have the Epstein cruise on the side of it? Well, aye, you probably. Buzzing for winter season. We'll do a lot more ghost stories. If you get dragged under a ship like that, though, engines would leave anything. Claire, do you know what? I would agree with you on that as well, to be fair. And people think if you fall in, it'd be easy just to get back to the top and swim back. But the suction, like you said, the everything else. But I did look that up, and it says at some point they would always maybe find something because the sea life wouldn't eat everything. Right, another thing, but I'm going to do a video after this, so keep an eye. Has anyone seen the orca whale? Here I go, rattling some cages, some aquariums. If you remember the last time. The video about the trainer, apparently, I think her name, they put down the name was Rachel, maybe? Oh, I don't know. But apparently there's been a attack. There's videos all over TikTok. I've done a wee big dive on it. It's fake. It didn't happen. None of it's real. So if you see it on TikTok, no orca killed anyone in San Diego. But there's a lot of videos and AI videos going about. And the AI videos you got to watch. I know. I sent love to the family yesterday. Another sad day. I'm manifesting summer going. Jay, that's it. I'm sending you a poltergeist. So you can have other chill, so we can all enjoy our summer. I've also had a reading with you. I think she's been told part is off boat. She's been trapped, ring and drugged. Also think she could be protecting children. Now could be them madam running the show. That's a good theory, by the way. I wouldn't rule that out. Like now she's became the head of it. Very reason not to leave, isn't it? Because it's your normality. And if you think about it, it's 30 years. So it's longer than what her life was beforehand. We were doing the Amy Bradley crime case. I don't really have any predictions. You can pop your questions in, but I've not really been watching anything. I'm back from my holiday, well now, but tomorrow I'll get back to full readings. And then I'll get back to doing my wee news on my stories. But for the last 3 weeks, I've been chilling like a wee villain, to be honest with you, and loving every minute, yeah. And I'm only back for just over a week, maybe. No, maybe longer, 2 weeks. And then I'm off again. What about the bra lady? I forgot her name. Who's the bra lady? Lucy Letby, I think she's innocent. Nah, I think she's guilty as charged. Guilty. Do you think Harry and William will reconcile? Yes, but I see a formal event taking place for that to happen. We'll leave it there. I don't want to send people over the edge. I do agree Trump's still going around, but I'll stick with it. I'm telling you. And he's getting caught up in everything. But I promised myself the night we're not going on to all that because it steals the page at times. Have you seen Sturgeon's documentary? No, but this is what I'm going to say. She's got a book coming out this week. Remember in lockdown, she gave us some laughs. She was good to us. So can we all buy the book, please? Each and every one of us. I'm buying it and I'm going to read it, and then we will do a book club on it. As soon as it's out, I gave you a 25% code on Instagram there for a pre-order. Can I tell you, she's not even asked me to do this. I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to help her sell that book. We're getting her to number 1212. And I love that she's just being herself now. It's even better. She looks very relaxed, living her best life, and why shouldn't she? I know a lot of people get political views on it, right? But she's a human being like everybody else, and I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's made mistakes, but she done as well in COVID as well, and especially on this page. And also she was very, very kind to George when he was passing. She sent him a lovely message as well. So things like that always stick with me. So come on, peeps. We're buying our book and we're all going to read it, and then we're all going to talk about it so other people buy it. I just love this touch. I can't help it. I feel she's going rogue now, which is even funnier. I'm like, oh, you go, girl. Aye, no bother. Right, okay. The Idaho 4Ks, there's videos on it. I do daily videos, just look at our story highlights, but there's lots of updates on that. What about the Madeleine McCann brother speaking out? Oh, I said I'd predict that. Wait a minute. And saying he blames his parents as he's remembering things like you said. Is that true, Sharon? Sharon, is that actually true? That's in our predictions if it is. Do you think with the boats coming in as floods, there's a bigger agenda happening in the UK? Do you know what? I'm scared to come on to it, to be totally honest. It's an elephant in the room, I think, for a lot of us if you've seen a lot of videos recently. But I think we need to educate ourselves as well how we use the words that we're using. There's illegal immigrants and there's immigrants. And everyone's getting tarred with the same brush. And I know it's a scary, the UK is such a scary place right now, but not everyone's like that. And that's the part that's hard, I think, is us in a country. Nicola Sturgeon is doing a Zoom interview around her book with North Lanarkshire Libraries on Thursday afternoon. What? You can take part in their July. Lynn, Greedy, don't tempt me. Are we all going on to show support? Does she want to duel live on Insta? Sturge, where are you? I love it though. Do you speak English? Who's that? No, I don't. Soz. Sorry. Yes, it's true, and it is in your predictions. That's right. I did speak out about it, brother. Right, okay, we need to dig deep round the Madeleine McCann case then, because I did say the brother would bring something to the surface, be quite rebellious about it. Siobhan Cunning's asking, where was that said? She needs to read about it. So did Ash. Siobhan, thanks for asking that. Let's see. The brother did say that. So that was in the predictions, right? Validation. Oh well, that's not really good for the McCanns then, is it? Because you look at the rest of the predictions. Not pointing any fingers or that. That tapas 5's going down like a pack of cards, isn't it? Different generation. People are wanting to fix their mental health. They want to get back in their childhood. Where did it all go wrong? Well, there we go. They're the doctors. Lynn Greedy, do you want me to stick your name down the one now? Oh, Lynn, I'm too shy. I'm getting shy thinking about it. When are we getting the blackouts you predicted, Joanne? What world are you in? Have you not seen any of them? Where do you live, Joanne? You're going into time out. You're actually just spouting a lot of shit now. Time out. When we put them in there for 24 hours. Right, you've not seen anything about it either. I think the brother's aiming for Olympics or similar in swimming in the UK. Not sure if his parents want this kind of publicity. Thank fuck he's a good swimmer, that's all I'm saying. Sorry. I shouldn't. Do you still see a lockdown coming? Yes, October. Oh, right, okay. I've blocked it, Laura. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt there. Right, have I covered everything? Have we enjoyed our evening? Thank you again for joining. Thank you for the follows. If you want to book a reading, just PM the page. I promise you I'm good at my job when I put my mind to it. And thank you for all the validations as well. I'm looking forward to lockdown. It's a type of lockdown where I can't decide but if it's disease-ridden or electricity-ridden, one or the other. It's been ace. Thank you so much. Can I just say though, thank you to all your comments. Honestly, like your support, and even when I've been off on holiday, the page is still just bounced away quite a thing, and I really, really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. So, some of you are so loyal. We're about to hit 9 years in the 5th of September. I can't wait. I just can't believe it's been 9 years, and a lot of you have been here for the full 9 years as well. And I'm sorry I don't come live as often as I used to. I'm going to try and come live a wee bit more in the mornings and things like that. I have been waiting for this routine with the boys for 2 years at least. So when this routine goes into place and everybody settles down, and that's another thing, thank you to everyone who sent us messages and me comments on Friday. I didn't have the best day with yours on Friday, but I think I was in a little bit of a meltdown alongside him because I just couldn't believe that he gets himself so upset. But in reality, I was overthinking it as well. So thank you though, because all your comments, your advice, and just knowing that I'm not the only person going through that makes a massive difference. A massive difference. I could go a wee lockdown escapade in the winter. So could I, to be honest. Like I'm ready for it. There's a few TikTok trends I'd like to learn. I need a bit of time to learn them. Only 5 years in, but love your stuff. Oh, Gillian, I love it. Oh, double digits next year. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I like your daily card. Well, back to daily guidance tomorrow. And that's one thing I will say. Why have I been muted? Joanne Hudson, you've not been muted. Calm down, you. Are you new to this page? We don't mute in this page. Oh my God. Oh. We should just have a big meet up one day. Don't worry, I'm going to do something for our 10-year anniversary. I can't believe it's been 9 years. I know. 2016. Crazy. My heart went out to you as a mum, the best for our kids. This shall pass. Do you know what? 100%. And I think just as well, you have such a high expectation, don't you? And we just always expect everything to go how it should. And I should stop planning stuff. That's the problem. Right, it's on Google. Thank you, Sharon. Oh, right, okay, Sharon's writing all the quotes in. Sorry, I'm engrossed. I'm going to need to go and look at that. I want my NHS 9 AM shopping slots. Yeah, I love that. I've been following you for years. Even if readings of you, I was only asking a question. I was only kidding you on, Joanne. You're obviously commenting either I've not seen it or it's not been up, but we don't block, we don't have admin or anything on the lives. Nothing like that at all. Book the hydro for your 10-year party. I don't know if I'd be able to fill it. £5 a ticket. Need to give them out in the city centre for free. You must have some interesting and funny stories with all your readings you've done. Oh my God. Oh, 100%. 100. Like, some of them I could never tell you, but yes. Good and bad. I think you realise when you're... Can you imagine, right, being psychic and knowing something, but nobody else knows it yet? Now, you would automatically think, wouldn't you, that's great, because then you tell everybody. But then you tell everybody and everybody thinks you're going mad until it happens. So I've learned the hard way. Say nothing. Just even if I like if I'm talking to somebody and I think something's off, I just, aye, cool. I've learned the hard way. Let people have their own karma. Love the Halloween ones. I know, and do you know what, since the boys have been here, it's been a wee bit harder to do them, but I promise you we'll deliver this year. I love the Saturday nights in the pub. Story of my life. You'd mean stitches in March. Following since 2017. Mandy, I love it. It's time to all use, guys. Write a book, Christy. See the people I would out in that book, I swear to God, that would be like a take a break. Who would I start with? No, I love doing readings. I love meeting new people, and everybody's different. Everybody really, really is different, and how we're looking outside is not how we are on the inside. Missing the Zen, then it'll be back mid-September. Images of Christy running through the dark, screaming. I done a ghost hunt once, and I scared myself a little bit too much, so I told them the ghost said we had to leave, and everybody was belting up the stairs. And when we got to the top, I was like, I didn't really say that, I was just terrified. I started watching it through COVID. I love it. Take a break with Christy. Oh, 100%. And I want to do a self-help book. I think I've all my own me knowledge and all my own me teachings from the Zen Den would be good, but I feel like I've got another 5 years in me yet before we go to author role. Need some more experience yet. You're going to do ghost hunts again or spirit box? Yes, for Halloween. Well, we get the haunted clown live. No, none's getting into this new house, none. How can you resist telling your friends if your new partners are rockets? Louise, I don't, that's the problem. I can smell bullshit a mile off before it's happened, and that's the worst part. So, and I say it all the time. I don't know if any of my friends are on the night. They'll go, oh my God, I've met somebody, he's amazing. What do you think? Great. And I just use the line though, I'm single myself, don't ask me. Like, I can't even find somebody for me. I started phoning you more than trying to. Oh, the worst part, this will probably rustle a lot of feathers, but I chuck it in the fucking bucket. When you give people a reading and they either don't shut up through the reading or they don't like what you're saying, that's not going to happen for me. Cool. Why are you in here getting that reading then? And the worst bit is, if you maybe know the person and then you realise that the things you said did happen, because then they think they can come back another time, you're like, fuck off. Don't think so. And I'm not joking. The drawers falling off in the live. We've had some mental times on the lives. Remember I had the bite mark as well, or we were under the table because everyone, I can't remember what happened. Did the holder or something fall down? A lot of good memories. I love it. I've let a lot of people come on the page and do live. 9 times out of 10 fucking regretted it, but it's still been entertainment at the time. I seem to attract some wallopers or online course, and before they know it, they're a guru. Joanne, did I misread that? Sorry, hold on, now I go back and find your comment. Or who said it? Oh, an orb flew over my head. I thought you'd made a comment and it went over my head. Oh, thank you, everybody, for joining. Couldn't do your job. I'm scared to moan shadow. Well, I'm sure the Sturge will help you with the book. Aye, Sturge, do you think you could write my book after this? Want to do a book together? You can do the spell check. I'll tell you what to write. Right, okay, it's not a funny story. Oh, I don't know if I should tell it. Right, so when you do the minis, if you've hid your mini, it can get monotonous because you're doing 3 cards, 3 voice notes. And when I'm doing them, sometimes I get to a point I feel I'm just havering. And when people come back like, oh, Christy, thanks so much, I can relate. I'm like, thank God Spirit's doing the work here, I'm just the vessel. Because when you're doing minis, you don't think about what you're saying because the message is not for you. You're generally just the messenger. Anyway, you can get 2 questions, can't you, if you take the £20 one. So I was doing it, and when you get, it's like any job, getting to the last reading. Doing the reading, looking at the questions, ready to roll. Answers the question. Person's asked about their pet. I've read the question as, what's going to happen with this pet? I guess in the voice note, as if I were reading. I'm actually cringing at this. And he explains in the reading, not feeling good about the pet. It's like life's life, isn't it, in a sense? Releases the voice note, sits here and then goes, did they even ask me if that pet end was going to happen to that pet? So I goes back, no they didn't. And I persisted in the full reading to talk about how this wee goldfish, will just say, George the goldfish, right? How George the goldfish has got like a week tops left, right? Full voice notes out and done. So straight after it, I'm like, oh my God. Like, so I'm thinking, wasn't even, the worst part was, I wasn't even questioning my work. I was just like, oh fuck. Anyway, person never came back to me. I said to two of my friends, because I was on a FaceTime afterwards, I was like, oh my God. I didn't get into detail, but I misread the question. I fucking got the goldfish dead and buried. The client's don't come back. Like, oh, what the fuck. So, you just got to move on for these things. That's the reality. I forgot if the client had come back, because to be totally honest, it's worth mentioning on the page, I'm not in the mail, so see when you're mailing, it's all admin, and I'll miss a lot of the stuff. So see when you go missing, admin can't find you, that's when I come in and then admin get it in the neck, because I'm like, you should have checked. Sitting, a few weeks later, a message for the client, fucking George the goldfish, died in the time we said. So although it was a mistake in my part, I think Spirit wanted that person to know, so they tricked me. And before you knew it was at my, like, I just opened my mouth, let my belly rumble. And before you know it, George the goldfish was pan-breed. Fish and chips on the Friday night. That's a very true story. But at least she was prepared. I know, but oh. Terrible for ruining surprises for people. Josie, prime example, True Vibes Beauty. If you don't follow her, give her a follow. For her 50th. She's doing the eyelashes. We just talk shite constantly. Josie is like my mum's stepsister, so Josie's known me for being born, so there's always loads to talk about, right? And we don't speak about the psyche thing. Believe it or not, the people closest to me, like, it's not a big thing. Very rarely do we bring it up as such. Or she wouldn't really ask me anything unless it was she really needed help. And we're just talking about her 50s. And I was like, all right. No, we weren't even talking about her 50s. We're just talking in general. And I was like, you going on a cruise? She's like, no. I'm like, I can see you in a fucking boat. Right? But just at that door, Caitlin walked in. And Caitlin's like behind her. And I'm like, what is it? They'd got on a cruise for her 50th and I just ruined it. Literally ruined it on the spot like that. So aye, it's not always a good thing. Get Josie on. She's too shy. I would have Josie on in a minute, in a total heartbeat, just for the conversations that we have. Because you think I'm nuts? Nothing compared to Josie. Nothing compared to Josie. Not sure yet, Violet. I'll come back to you in that one. Right, guys. Are we happy? Is anybody wanting to cancel the readings and get a refund? I completely understand after that story. Josie's a legend. Oh, I love her. She's hilarious. She's got to kill me though. Morgan was there last week. I've not been for my eyelashes or my nails, so I think she thinks we fell out or something. But I'm just trying to go simple for a while, just to get the boys into nursery. The joys. Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your Sunday evening with me. Yes, loved it. Louise loved it. That's brilliant, Jay. I love it. I hope you all enjoy the rest of Is any of your kids a medium? Nah, they're all small, to be honest. No. I'd say the ages of them, definitely not. You need to have life experience. My oldest is absolutely selfless and my youngest is so selfish. Like, they don't even get two of the same. You couldn't write it, to be totally honest. And I think life experience brings you in your spiritual journey a little bit. I think if you're psychic, you go through a lot in different ways to learn to, I don't know, succeed or survive in a lot of ways, and then you help teach other people because you've been there. I'm going to dream about poor George the fish tonight. Oh, don't. R.I.P. George the fish. Thank God you don't know what species it really was. It was worse. Worse. All right, Louise, brilliant. Hi, Jay. I was wondering. Jay, I wasn't sure if you might have been a wee troll. Thank God, Louise, you backed them up. Oh. Do you have any company in that room? You keep looking over your shoulder. No, but I've got a skyline window and the rain's teeming down. So it could have been that. Got my reading on Tuesday, so looking forward to it. I love it, Angela. Looking forward to read for you. I'm working Monday, Tuesday this week. And if anybody does want to book a reading, just don't ask about your pets and we'll all go on fucking brilliant. I'm very honest. You can record it if you want as well, because I'd hate for you to forget that, because I don't want to be repeating shit like that. Morgan is a wee angel. She is. She drives me nuts, but she is. Neve's just done her field. So true, you just don't get to the same. Don't ask about the pets. No, I'm going to start banning that question. Don't ask me about your goldfish. That's the thing with George a budgie. Do you know, Paula, can I tell you something? See, I was thinking about telling the story. I was going to make George a budgie. But I thought if George has got legs and like proper wee eyes, it's going to make it even sadder. At least a goldfish has got a 2-second memory. The last story of the night, this will crack you, but I think I've told you this story before. I said to a lady in a reading, like, if you get problems with your, I'm terrible, right? And I can only give you what I get. This doesn't makes me giggle. I can't tell you what to hear. I can only give you what I get. Said to this woman, is you got problems with your boiler? She's like, nah. So, all right, can you take name Martin? No. So you'll know if you've been in a reading with me. See if you can't take it. I don't panic. It's going to come at some point, whatever that is. We just move on. And she got home. I'll never forget it. It's a winter's night and it'd been snowing, because I think it took her so much to get here. I used to read face to face at that point to get to where we were. And she made me go home. She went, Christy, I came in, my boilers burst everywhere, and the guy that came out to fix it was called Martin. Was that validation? So you never know what, like, when I'm doing the reading, I'm not thinking, what does that mean for wee Moira? I wonder, because, and I think that's what a lot of people forget, and they go, no, that's not going to happen for me. It's going to sound very harsh, but it's true. You do know when I'm giving you a reading, it doesn't really fucking affect my life. So I'm only going to give you what I get. It doesn't rock my world either way. So, and like I said earlier, that can be the most frustrating client, when people talk and then they're like, nah. And you're like, oh well, you're in for a rude awakening. Is there a time frame we should leave it before getting another reading? I could listen to you all day. For a full reading, I would say 6 months in between. I don't want to take your money to keep telling you the same thing. Right, okay, just on that note, but I'm giving you plenty notice. If you've been on the page for at least 5-6 years, you'll know we've never upped our prices from 2020. Don't worry, it's not a big hike, but Lure Park's getting more expensive, and I like the Lure Park. But there will be a price change at the end of the year, and I mean it's like 2.5%, as in fact, I'm not putting them out now, we'll wait till near the time. But minis and Q&As will stay the same, but full readings will go up. But listen, I'm very aware, like I said, we've not put our prices up since COVID 2020, when we took Zoom online, face-to-face online. It's not going up by much, all right? I don't believe in MD who are charging 60 or 50, 60, 70 quid for readings, all right? They better be fucking magicians. That's all I'd be saying if you're paying that for a reading. So please know, we're still very much in the affordable bracket. But like I said, I've not put my prices up from 2020. Just at the end of the year, the accountant says I need to get a grip. So I'm just putting up a wee tiny bit. Tiny, that much. I totally love your honesty. When is your next availability for a reading? No, it cracks me up with all yous. I love you, Spirit. Putting my price up. Right, Christy, when can I get a reading? Violet just messaged your page, I'll get admin to sort you. Everything's going up, but no, listen, the way it is, our Zooms are 40, but it looks like our online is going to go to 25, our phone's going to go to 30, and our Zoom's going to 45. That's it. It's not going any bigger than that, all right? I'm going to need to stick to that now, aren't I? That I've said to you, but I'm a girl with my word. Talk about Lure Park, £17 for a bottle of Gaviscon. Well, that's it. I'm fairly prepared to feel. If I get heartburn in that, I need to know I can afford this Gaviscon. Any floor shows soon, missus? No, but I was speaking to my friend with the venue. That was another story. If you were at the show, you'll know who I'm talking about. Do you know he had a spare Oasis ticket, right? And he was going to take a random. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? What do I need to do to get this ticket? Anyway, I've not heard from him, but possibly might do a Christmas show there. We'll see. I want to see how we fit into this routine going towards the end of the year. Any predictions? I've not been watching the news. How about annual readings? They'll stay the same price. I've not been watching the news, so look on my story tomorrow and I'll put all the wee news things up like we used to do before I went on holiday. I've heard you're worth every penny, Christy. Oh, thanks so much. I'll let you record it as well, because I'd never want you not to hear my voice. Listen, I say it just before I finish. I've got nothing to hide in my readings. All right, I do my readings on live. I showcase it across the board. You guys have got the freedom to comment, review, do whatever it is you want to do. If you were not happy with a reading, then we would talk about it, put it that way. But I'm very, very lucky that way. I'm very lucky with my clients. And I think you all know, the people that come to readings already know that I'm very honest, very literal. So I think these are always quite prepared, and I think a lot of you appreciate that. I watched your daily cards in the last couple of weeks. It's keeping me going till I go to the GP on Thursday. Losing my mum is actually killing me right now. Audrey, I am sending you so much love. Audrey, just trust that this is a grief journey. Just be kind to yourself. Stop waking up every day thinking, I must be this way. I feel like you're constantly going a certain way. Your mum's saying, just let it go. Just breathe. That's all you can do. She comes to you with white roses an hour. You keep seeing white roses. I hope you're all right, honey, all right. And we'll do the daily guidance video for everyone tomorrow. You told my daughter she'd get a house in the outskirts of Coatbridge and she'd walk one right at the flyover. I'm terrible for this. See if somebody's in a reading, it comes up about the moving house. And they'll say, where do you think I'm going? I'm like, give me all the areas. So I make them shout them out. I'm like, that's where they're going. And literally, if it's somewhere I know, I can see. If they send in your love word to. There's no time limit in Greece, so just know that. Right, team, we've done it. Thank you again for all your support. Thank you for joining our live. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Remember, subscribe, like, follow. We're on TikTok as well, Christy's Readings. Christy, where does the reading save automatically? So if you're recording a reading with myself, I try and make you not do it in Zoom. I make you try and have a separate device purposely because Zoom's a bit of a nightmare. I don't know where it goes after it. So if you're coming in for a reading this week and you want to record it, I would bring a separate phone or a separate device. But just be on the page, and everyone enjoy the rest of your night. I'm shattered. Time for bed. Take care.